After Satine was killed, her old Jedi love was sent to rot in prison. But during Kenobi's transport, Bo-Katan launches a rescue mission with her Death Watch loyalists. Their escape would push Maul to launch the full Mandalorian Guard to pursue them, resulting in a massive battle between these split Death Watch forces, causing just the most recent in a long line of Mandalorian civil wars. When Sidious arrives on this Outer Rim planet, Maul detects a disturbance in the Force, something of incredible darkness that seems to be drawing nearer.
I sense a presence I haven't felt since Master.
The guards are effortlessly dispatched, and Maul drops to a knee, acting subservient to his old master. But Sidious is not one to be deceived, and just moments after his triumph, 12 brutal years to climb out from the scraps to the Mandalorian throne, Maul's master was here to take it all away. While the Civil War is consuming the city, Bo-Katan makes a decision that will change the course of Mandalore forever, setting them on the path that 29 years later would see the great Mandalorian clans fractured and living in hiding. She tells Kenobi that he must get the Republic involved in liberating Mandalore, to oust this Sith Lord Darth Maul.
Go back to your Republic and tell them what has happened.
That would likely lead to a Republic invasion of Mandalore.
Yes, and Maul will die. But Mandalore will survive. We always survive.
Back at the Royal Palace, 5 Crimson Blades are clashing in a fight for the position of the true Sith Lord. His immense powers in the dark side energize Sidious's movements, and gives him the power to hurl Maul at ease. And though Savage was strong enough to easily beat down Jedi, this old man is not repelled. Sidious's speed, strength, and accuracy prove too much for Savage, who is impaled and then sent flying out into the courtyard below. Just as Savage rushed to his brother Farrell's side during Ventress's trials on Dathomir, Maul ignores Sidious and rushes down to comfort his brother. In his dying words, Savage reveals that through all the Night Sister magic and even Maul's Sith training, he knows he never fully became a monster.
I'm not like you. I never was.
Sidious looms over his fallen apprentice, saying how he has long since replaced this weak Zabrak, that his old apprentice is no longer a Sith. Maul calls on his rage to fuel his strikes now with the remains of his severed saber staff and the Darksaber. He is able to keep up with his master, even landing a powerful kick, but Sidious knows that he can end this with his mastery of the dark side, fighting only with the power of the Force. He sends his once apprentice high into the air and crashes him down into the permacrete, up again and over into the courtyard wall, until he senses this Sith pretender is finally broken.
Have mercy. Please, please.
There is no mercy.
And just how Maul tortured Kenobi not with death, but the promise of a life stripped of everything and thrown in a cell, his old master does the same.
I'm not going to kill you. I have other uses for you.
Maul would be restrained and taken prisoner to the Outer Rim world of Stygian Prime, where the CIS maintained a high-security fortress known as the Spire. He brings Dooku in front of Maul just to drive him mad, and later reveals that he will use Maul to draw out Mother Talzin. Sidious knows that her bodily form was killed during Dooku and Grievous's previous attack, but can sense her spirit still roams the witch's lands. The Dark Lord knows that Almec had ordered some of the top Mandalorians to launch a rescue mission, led by Gar Saxon. And back at his cell, we see that Dooku is using Force Lightning to torture Maul, telling him that though the Hutts have abandoned his Shadow Collective, the Pikes and Black Sun are loyal. He wants to know their location and leaders so that the Count could take control of this underworld coalition. Death Watch rockets take out droidekas and B-2s while the strike team works its way towards Maul's cell. By blasting a hole in the fortress wall, they are able to zipline to freedom, quickly flying away via a Commerce-class fighter. From here, the loyal criminals and Death Watch forces are rallied on Zanbar, their old base from before the coup. Here, Almec says that this is repayment for breaking him out of jail, and Saxon reveals that they were able to recover the Darksaber from the palace courtyard. They all know that Dooku may be arriving at any second, as the Count's previous alliance with Death Watch may lead him back to Zanbar. And just moments later, C-9979 dropships approach, but many are blown out of the sky by heavy turbolaser emplacements. Grievous understands the caliber of these fighters, pointing out that these are not mere clones, and so he holds nothing back. B-2s, commandos, and droidekas lead the assault. But the comeback Sith is in good stride, slashing down droid after droid with Mandalorian blade. Grievous and his Magna Guard swoop in over Maul, and with crackling purple energy engage their electro staffs. These droids are trained to combat Jedi, but they are still defeated. Then Grievous drops down and starts laying waste to Death Watch Mandalorians. The unending swarm of droids eventually cuts down the rest of Maul's forces. Just then, the fighters screech overhead and drop their payloads, consuming the battlefront in flames, while another of the fighters come in with a loading ramp extended in order to rescue Maul, a move seen all those years ago with Qui-Gon Jinn.